we do arrange fractions. We have two different ways in which fractions can be arranged. The first one is known as the ascending ordering of fraction, while the second one is known as the descending order of fraction. In this video tutorial, we are going to focus on arranging fractions in ascending order. So let's begin with an example. Consider this following pairs of fractions: 1 over 2, 1 over 5, 1 over 4, and 1 over 10. How can we arrange these fractions in ascending order? First, you might be wondering, what does it mean by arranging fraction in ascending order? In fact, what does the ascending order mean in essence? Ascending order of fraction means you have to arrange the fraction from the lowest all the way to the highest. So generally speaking, ascending means from lowest to highest, from smaller to bigger. So the question now should be, how do you want to know the smaller fraction different from the bigger fractions, such that you will be able to arrange them in the expected way? Now here's what you need to know. When you have two fractions that possess the same denominator but different numerator, excuse me, for instance 3 over 10 and 7 over 10. The relationship between these two fractions is that they possess the same denominator, but the difference between them is that one is bigger than the other. And for you to know the bigger one, all you need to do is to consider the bigger numerator, or the fraction with the bigger numerator, which implies that 7 over 10 is bigger than 3 over 10. Another way in which you can know the fraction that is bigger between two different fractions is to convert them to decimal numbers. If we convert 7 over 10 to decimal, we should get 0.7. While if we convert 3 over 10 to decimal, we would have 0.3. And I can clearly see that 0.7 is far more bigger than 0.3. And that's it. However, the bad news is that in problems involving ordering of fractions, you won't be allowed to use a calculator, which means if you will be using this case or a process that you will be converting the fraction to decimal first, then you will be using log division, which I won't even recommend. So the best thing I will recommend is to convert the denominator of all the fractions listed or given to similar denominators. So how do you go about doing that? Let's begin our discussion. Now, how do you want to turn 2, 5, 4, and 10 to the same denominator? Here's what you need to consider doing. What would be the LCM of 2, 5, 4, and 10? That should be your first question to answer. In this case, the LCM is simply 20. So how can we convert these denominators to similar denominators of 20? 20 will be the multiple, or the LCM rather, of all those denominators. You can clearly see that 2, 5, 4, and 10, 20 is the LCM. So here's what you need to consider doing. What would you multiply by 2 to have 20? It's simple to get. Just divide 20 by 2. The result will be 10. So you are multiplying both numerator and denominator of 1 over 2 by 10. So 1 by 2 times 10 over 10, comma. Now what about 1 over 5? What would we multiply by 5 to have 20? It turns out that you will just divide 20 by 5, and that's going to be 4. So I'm multiplying by 4 over 4. You have to multiply both the top and bottom by that number. What about 1 over 4? 1 over 4, to get that, just divide 20 by 4, and that will be 5. So I'm multiplying 1 over 4 by 5 over 5. And for the last one, which is 1 over 10, divide 20 by 10. That's just going to be 2. I'm multiplying both top and bottom by 2. Now I'm just simplify this. 1 times 10, that's 10, divided by 2 times 10, that's 20. Now everything will just be 20 in terms of denominator for all the fractions. This will be 5 over 20, and this will be 2 over 20. Now at this point, you have the denominators to be similar. Now, just like I said earlier, consider the bigger fraction as the fraction with the bigger numerator. So which implies that 10 is the highest here. Then the next highest fraction is 5 over 20. And the next one is 4 over 20. And the last one is 2 over 20. Now it's easy for us to arrange this from lowest to highest, as 2 over 20 is the least, then followed by 4 over 20, followed by 5 over 20, then followed by 10 over 20. Now this won't be your final answer, as you will need to simplify to the lowest term, or you should replace each fraction by its initial value. Okay, that's what I mean by that. So let me create more space to get that. So which fraction produces 2 over 20? That's just 1 over 10. So I'm having 1 over 10. Or let's just reduce. I think that's pretty much easy. 4 year 1, 4 year 5. Followed by 1 over 5. Then 5 year 1, 5 year 4. That's 1 over 4. Then 5 year 2, 5 year 4. So let me just do that. 2 year 1, 2 year 2. So that's just 1 over 2. This is your final answer. Hopefully you got that. And that's how to easily and mentally arrange fractions in ascending order. Example 2. Consider 2 over 3, 4 over 8, 5 over 6, and 7 over 12. Pause the video and arrange these fractions in ascending order. The first question, what would be the LCM of the whole denominator 3, 8, 6, and 12? It turns out that we'll be having a larger value for the LCM, and that can cause a problem. So what I would recommend is to always check the fractions. Have they been simplified to the lowest term, to the least form, to the simpler form? If it is, then you can proceed on using the larger number you get as the LCM. But if you should observe each of those fractions, 4 over 8 has not been simplified to the lowest term. So you can do that. So these fractions can become 2 over 3, 4 year 1, 4 year 2. That's 1 over 2, 5 over 6, and 7 over 12. Now we have each individual fractions to have been simplified to the lowest term. And what will be the LCM? The LCM will simply be 12. Our main goal now is to make all these denominators to be 12. So let's begin. 2 over 3. What would I multiply by 3 to have 12? That's just going to be 4. Divide 12 by 4. Then you should have, divide 12 by 3 rather. Then you should have 4. So I'm having 4 over 4. How about the second one? 1 over 2. Divide 12 by 2. That's just going to be 6. And I'm multiplying both sides by 6 over 6. About 5 over 6. Divide 6 by 12 by 6. And you're having 2. So therefore, I'm multiplying both the top and bottom by 2 over 2. And for the last one, 7 over 12. So dividing 12 by 12, that's just 1. I'm multiplying both sides by 1 over 1. So let's simplify. 2 times 4, 8 over 12. 1 times 6, 6 over 12. 5 times 2, 10 over 12. And 7 times 1, 7 over 12. Now, judging what we are seeing right now, we can clearly see that 10 over 12 is the bigger fraction right here, followed by 8 over 12, then followed by 7 over 12, and lastly, we have the smallest one, which is 6 over 12. Having done this, we can now arrange this in ascending order. So the least is 6 over 12, then followed by 7 over 12, then 8 over 12 follows. And lastly, we have 10 over 12. Don't leave your answer this way, you need to reduce back to the simpler form. 6 here 1, 6 here 2, that's just 1 over 2. 7 can go in 12, neither can it be reduced. Now we can use 4 to reduce this. 4 here 2, 4 here 3, that's 2 over 3. 10, no, let us use 10, let's use 2. 2 here, 2 in 10, 5, 2 in 12, 6, that's just 5 over 6. And this is the final answer, arranging the fractions in ascending order. Hopefully you find this content helpful. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. However, this is your exercise. Feel free to let me know your solution in the comment section below. Consider arranging this fraction in ascending order. By the way, if you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. And that's it. Thanks for watching once again. Bye for now.